Manchester United is pressing hard to sign Mathys from Bayern Munich. This after it has been confirmed that Tell has turned down Tottenham's approach. This is the United Sport quick late night update on a day where so much has been going on. Like I've been telling you, these final days of the transfer window are always full of so much. You've got to be alert so that you don't miss it. You blink, you miss. Subscribe to the United Sport so that you don't miss anything, even if you blink. Now, let's get it. So, the latest that is coming through from multiple sources is that Man United are pressing hard to see that they sign Mathys on loan. They have contacted the player's agent and they have presented their proposal, which they hope will lure the boy, the 19-year-old teenager, who is holding now 6 clubs at ransom, if I would call it that for lack of a better description. Now, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Arsenal are all waiting, and they are hoping that Man United as well, who are now the team presenting their proposal to the player, are hoping they fail too so that they also come in and offer theirs. But Man United seem to be sure because, again, reports we are getting do suggest that Mathys seems to be pleased and excited by the prospect of playing under Ruben Amorim. Now, we are waiting to see how exactly that will go. It's all up to the player. If the deal, the loan structure of the deal makes sense to Bayern Munich, they have no issues giving him or letting him go to any club. So they will just be waiting for the player to give them the green light to go and finalize the deal he will have agreed on with whichever club he chooses. So that's where we are. These final days, guys, a striker is a department that Amorim is looking to try and boost a bit. Of course, not with a permanent signing, because the structure of the deal, according to what is being reported from Germany, is that it's a loan with an option to buy. A loan with a buy option, of course, depending on Man United, if they do want to, if they're impressed, which I think makes sense for Man United. And considering that the player is £40 million, I think in the summer, after his loan spell, if it looks good, certainly Man United should be able to figure out where they can get the money. People still ask why Man United would be going for him. You should wonder why several big clubs would be lining up and rushing to try and get his signature. This is a big-time opportunity of a player on the market. He's tested senior football, yet he's young. He's only 19. He's a teenager. So guys have got to put that into consideration. And you think, really, he can fit anywhere in Man United. He can play as a target man. He can play as one of the two number 10s. I mean, he can fit in several positions. The only issue is the guarantee of him starting, or of him playing games. I think it's not even just him. It's not about him starting every game. I think for him, it's more of him playing more than he did, feeling more important than he did at Bayern Munich, because clearly at Bayern he was always surplus to requirements. So this is still for you. And that's the current situation with him. But as this is happening, even Marcus Rashford, there is a shake-up going on with him, because Aston Villa now are moving fast to try and look and inquire, because they are looking for solutions after losing an important player, should I say losing or selling, because they voluntarily sold John Duran for a significant fee. He was already unveiled by Al Nassr. So they're looking for a replacement for John Duran. And they look at Marcus Rashford as one of the 4 options they've got. So they are also interested in this same Mathys. So there's a lot of competition for Tell. But I think for Aston Villa, the good news for Man United is the fact that this is another, sort of big club joining the race for Rashford, who is a player Amorim does not want to have at all in his plans. And he has made that consistently clear. So United find themselves in that position where they have got to get these solutions. They have got to sign these players. They have got to let go of players. But they beat, in a race against time. But for the Tell deal, I think it's the focus they're having now in terms of the players to bring in. I think the focus is on Mathys because he's an immediate. They do want to seal him before the 3rd of February, when the January transfer window completely closes. So it's, I think, a good promising update there for Manchester United. I think if for Ruben Amorim, he can get his Patrick Dogu, whose medical is scheduled for tomorrow, and he's been on the bench for the game against Parma tonight for Lecce. But if they can get Dogu tomorrow, then Heaven, I think, passed his medical from what I pick. They are soon announcing him. Aiden Heaven, who is a young player, of course, is not a senior or a marquee signing, but he's one for the future. I think it will be a decent transfer window considering how much financial fair play issues had dampened Man United's chances of doing anything tangible in this transfer window. So that's where we are. That's the update. So the loan could happen, guys. The player wants United, at least from what we get. But again, another report coming is claiming that he has not completely ruled out the possibility of staying. For the first time, the possibility of him staying at Bayern has not been entirely locked out. Of course, Bayern never wanted to lose him, but I also do know that no coach would want to play a player who does not want to stay with them. So certainly, the fact that the player requested to leave, certainly Vincent Kompany will be saying, let him go. You're not going to force a player to play for you if he doesn't. But the possibility of him staying is not completely ruled out. But what are the odds that a player wants to leave Bayern Munich and Chelsea, Tottenham, Man United, Arsenal, Aston Villa all want you, and you can't get any of those clubs to give you the deal that you want? If they don't, then it means you're either full of yourself, you're rating yourself bigger than you are, or there is a problem that you need to figure out about you. So let's wait and see how it goes. Of course, for us, I mean, the fact that it's a loan move, honestly. And Man United are good with getting these loan deals. I mean, look at how many loan players Erik ten Hag got in the past, from the Weghorsts to all these other players that he got. I think United can figure it out when it comes to loan moves because, again, any player would want to make a stop in their career that he did really play for Manchester United, regardless how the team is performing or is placed on the log of the English Premier League. So let's give it time and wait and see what exactly is going to happen. Just turn on the notification bell. I keep emphasizing that because at any time, any minute, this is a deal that could happen. And trust you me, the moment it happens, we're up on lights on, lights up, mics on, and of course we give it to you here on the United Sport. That's why you've got to subscribe. It's just 3 days to the end, but this might be the longest 3 days of your life. So trust you me, we've got to follow them to the latter. Of course, our next game is an important one. Man United's next game is an important one, and I think the expectation for many people would be maybe to see a new face or two. But I think it's early days for you to think about that because certainly some of these players, even if it's Dogu, he's probably going to settle in at Man United on Sunday. So certainly he won't be in time for the Crystal Palace game, which is our next game at Old Trafford. But Kobbie Mainoo in 10 is what we should be excited about come this Sunday when we do come back to action in the English Premier League. For now, guys, let me leave it at that because it was all about transfer talk. Let me catch you later. Keep it here on the United Hotspot for all the latest Manchester United news, updates, and views.